All right, guys, Megs, take it away.
All right, so for 23.2, we have a two-part workout. First part, I'm sure many of you already know, is 15 minutes on the clock, as many rounds as possible of 5 burpee pull-ups, 10 shuttle runs. Every time you go back to the burpee pull-ups, you're gonna add another 5 reps, right? So the first round, 5 and 10, next round, 10 and 10, next round, 15 and 10, and so on and so forth until the workout is over. So 15 minutes is probably on the kind of medium or longer side. Pacing is way more important for a workout this long than say something that's 7 or 5 minutes long. So keeping that in mind, for the burpee pull-up, we recommend if you have kipping pull-ups, kipping your pull-up from the start. So after your burpee, hopping up to a dead hang and then kipping your pull-up is a good way to kind of control your pace and also manage fatigue in your upper body. Whereas if you go with that kind of strict half pull-up, it's definitely possible that later in the workout your grip's going to start to go or your upper body's going to start to go. You'll end up kipping anyways. So good strategy to kind of control the pace there. Similarly, stepping through your burpees, either at minimum stepping up or even stepping back and up, is another way to, again, control the cadence and pace of the burpee. Give yourself a chance to breathe through it. And then last thing, we've got a blue line marked on the floor, which marks the 0 line for your shuttle sprints, but it happens to be lined up with the uprights on the rig. So good way to kind of mark your body position so you're right under that bar every time you come out of the burpee is place your hands on that line or maybe slightly in front depending on your mobility. That way when you come up out of your burpee, step up, your center of gravity is under the bar, all you have to do is reach without really looking up too carefully and you know your hands will be there ready to grab the bar when you jump up. All right. Last tip, grip fatigue. One thing you could try to play with is different grips, right? Any style of grip is permitted. So you don't have to overhand necessarily. You could go mixed grip. You could go underhand. Just keep in mind that if you're kipping and you've never done it with those alternate grips, it might be a little bit strange or uncomfortable and maybe not the best choice for you if you're going to get distracted by it or you don't really know how it's going to feel. But especially if you're one of those athletes that's really good at pull-ups and you want to try for strict to start, managing your grip fatigue with a mixed grip might be a good call. All right. Moving on quickly to the shuttle runs. Not a ton there. This is kind of a trap exercise. It's really easy at the beginning to go way too fast, especially on short shuttle sprints like this. So what I would say, at least this is kind of how I approach workouts like this, I try to go quick on the turnarounds, minimize the amount of time I'm spending bent over, right? Very hard to breathe in that position. And then I coast through the middle of my shuttle sprints. I'm almost like jogging. And if I need to slow down, I slow down by relaxing in the middle more or speed up in the middle if I need to speed up. But the turnaround speed should always be consistent, kind of quick feet, quick down and up. So again, you're spending most of your shuttle run time nice and tall where you can actually breathe and maybe recover a little bit. Start with a controlled pace, try to hang on. I think any way you slice this, that by the later rounds, it's going to be really, really challenging. So no reason to go out too hot. All right. And for the thruster, I'll take it over to Trevor.
All right, guys, so after that fatigue sets in, we have a 1 rep max thruster in 5 minutes. Okay, so a couple things we want to think about for the thruster is, number 1, we need to hit a full squat. Number 2, we need to do 1 continuous motion locked out overhead. All right. The more experienced athlete might want to squat clean that one and then go directly overhead. As long as we're passing through parallel, that rep would count. The not so seasoned athlete might want to power clean the bar up first, get settled, squeeze their core nice and tight, do that squat, and then press the bar up overhead. Okay, so there's been a little bit of chatter on some of the chats about getting under the bar like a re-dip. The re-dip would not count, so no thruster jerking the bar. It's a thing, all right? So straight 1 motion all the way down, all the way up, okay? As far as warming up for something like this, I recommend prior to your workout, especially because it's a thruster, some people might not know the 1 rep max of a thruster, is to work up to something heavy that's going to challenge you while you're sort of fresh but not be out of control by walking around in the bar overhead, but just a nice solid heavy rep. And I would start at that. So when we do the workout, 3, 2, 1, go, your bar with your opening starting weight of your thruster should be set up, okay? And then after your first thruster, you can have people help you load the bar up if you want some more weight on it to go again. Remember, we have an entire 5 minutes to get the work done, so you can do as many reps as you'd like. I recommend that you do the first couple reps quickly, give yourself some rest when you start getting heavy. All right, guys? Anything else to add?
Yeah, don't forget they are scored separately, so there's no reason to hold back on either one, specifically the first one. Like, I guess unless you really care about PRing your thruster, but if you're talking about doing the best you possibly can, it really just amounts to doing the best you can on each workout as if they're, separate events a week apart, even though they're not. So keep that in mind.
All right, guys, good luck.
Have fun.